This stuff is happening to me, how unfair it is for a conglomerate in media such as TMZ to launch this type of attack against a comedian with a YouTube page. That I don't even get money like that for this page. But as I talked about before on my show, with things that happened with me and somebody who I allegedly did something like punched, this has all been talked about on my show. And I am telling you, I did not lie about anything. And I believe the truth is about to be shown that I did not lie about anything. And I'm bold enough to say this. I have reached a point in my life of maturity where I don't really like to lie. I feel like an idiot after I lie. I've never gone through anything like this. If you wanted to get me, let me tell you, you finally got me. Cory Holcomb, the human part of Cory Holcomb is starting to show itself.
Now I want to pause it there because I don't think you guys heard me earlier when I was talking about what Cory is trying to do, distinguish between what everybody saw on that video and how people are saying, oh, that he punched that lady. And he's basically saying that he didn't punch her. It was a mush in the face. He pushed her in the face. People are still saying it doesn't matter. It still was an assault. But I don't know if you heard me earlier. People are saying it was still an assault. Still, y'all know how I feel about that. Keep your hands to yourself. But he's distinguishing between the two because there is a difference between punching, closed fist punching somebody versus pushing them in the face. It still would be considered, I guess some type of assault, but he is distinguishing in the difference between what actually happened versus what people are saying. And he's going to talk about TMZ because TMZ had the woman on there. People are also talking about this happened in 2024, that it doesn't seem to appear that he went to jail or was charged with anything, right, y'all? And they're rehashing it and to make him look bad. Of course, when you're just watching that video that came out, it looks bad, right? And I'm just saying he's distinguishing between the fact that he didn't punch her, because if he would have punched her, she probably would have been really hurt, or he probably would have been arrested for punching her. And people are saying that is only part of the video, that there's more video, and I guess soon it will come out because he's claiming he's going to be vindicated because people are ruining his name and his brand, and they're saying things that aren't completely true. And there are others who are saying, hey, we saw the video. Now, I did see the video and it did look like he mushed her. He didn't, because if he would have punched her, it would have been a different story. And there are other allegations about this woman who is talking about this. And, it's just all over the place. It's one of those things that is just not going away. People are also, like I said, bringing up Anton Daniel's situation, that, hey, speculating allegedly that he may have had something to do with leaking this. I don't know. But if Cory has more to this video and he releases it and shows the actions of this woman in some kind of way that would warrant him walking up to her the way he did, then, I guess people are going to still look at it the way they want to look at it, but it would add a little bit more context of what happened, and maybe part of the reason why he chose not to just punch this woman, but he mushed her in the face, because he knows, if as a man, y'all know, if y'all have some strong hands, you punch a woman, she may be knocked out on the floor. So he didn't choose to punch her. He pushed her or mushed her in the face. And even in the court of law, they still may look at it as some form of assault because he touched her, but it would not carry the same weight or charges if he had just punched her and beat her up and knocked her out. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
I just want to let Sean Holly, who is in the dark trying to hide, I'm letting you know, I'm going to bring you out. I know what you've done to me. It's really foul what you did to me. And I can prove it. I just can't talk about the case right now. But I can prove what you've done to me with your friend Harvey Levin at TMZ. I can prove it. And I have a brother who I've acquired, a lawyer that I'm so grateful for. He's helped me in the past. And this dude I just want to let y'all know, man, I don't get emotional about nothing, but I ain't never been under attack like this. Like, we sit up here, we go at it, we have problems with people, but I've never had a conglomerate after me. I want to bring on...
Now, before he brings this next person on, you know, I found that kind of interesting too, that, you know, they spoke about allegedly, you know, there was a gun and what you're saying, was he going to try to do something with it? Because why are you bringing that up? And then it is interesting and kind of, you know, that this all comes out after this whole Anton situation, that all of a sudden this comes out, and it's like it's trying to, it looked like it's being spun in a way to make it into something bigger than what it actually was. You know what I mean? That's what it does look like. It does look like they're trying to spin this into something more than what it was. Let's continue.
My brother Derek, who is a lifesaver. After I acquired him, I was able to get some sleep, brother. You don't even know. I've been like, I can't believe this is happening. I cut on every news station and I'm like, yo, they trying to make me into a woman beater, which is what they do. Especially this lady named Sean Holly. I know Tory Lanez is watching this, jumping up and down because she got a chance to do some really dirty things to my brother. But I have a different circumstance where I have evidence against this woman that I can't wait is weighed up with the help of my brother Derek right here. Derek, can you hear us? He's on Zoom.
That you have, that you will keep, and that you will maintain. So I just want to let you know that first, okay? You know, I've known Mr. Holcomb for some time now, and I mean, he is just not just a lifesaver. He said, I'm a lifesaver. He's a lifesaver for me because he's such a great guy, client, and friend. And he called me, I mean, I literally was knocked out, and he called me in disarray about these false allegations that have been made against him. And his team today sent my office the entire client file. And I'm not going to get into any type of attorney-client privilege or attorney work product. But what I do know is that he may have a possible case for defamation against TMZ and others, because, you know, from what I've seen, what they're saying about him is absolutely false. They're not telling both sides of the story, and it's a false, reckless disregard for the truth. And, you know, when you're out here buying news and reporting news, because that's what TMZ does, they buy news, you know, some of this news is going to be fake. And what makes news fake is where you don't go and research both sides of the story. There are public records that are on file that my client, Mr. Cory Holcomb, has a restraining order against this young lady. That was not reported, and that's a public record, and TMZ could have just pulled that up. So it's clear that there's much more to this story, and we'll get into it, you know, and we'll discuss a possible case. But I mean, this is clear defamation. It's false. It's a reckless disregard for the truth, and people need to be held accountable for it, because Cory, you know, like he just said, you know, he had to almost cancel a show. You know, how many more shows will be canceled? Will he be labeled a woman beater, et cetera, et cetera? Do we know what this young lady did to him? We're not condoning anybody hitting a woman. A man shouldn't be hit either. Nobody should be attacked. But one thing that everybody should receive is fair and impartial news reporting. And that's all that we ask for, versus spewing lies and false rhetoric.
Hey, so why do you think Titan in news would report things like they did against me? I feel like I know, but I'm saying by you being a person who works in law and knowing this is crazy for them to do that, like with the evidence that we've presented to you, have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen anything like this. It's, you know, what I saw in the file, you know, everything is public record. There were transcripts taken in court, I think in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, of everything that occurred during the night and incident. So all they had to do was just go and check out the transcripts or look through the clerk's record and looked at everything that was filed and saw that this was just one big misunderstanding. It's not what they're making it out to be, right? But the average person that's just out here in the world or in America, they're not going to think to go, let me go and pull the court records. Let me go and see if there are any court records there. You know, we're just dealing with, you know, the every average day, you know, citizen. But, you know, I've never seen anything like it in my professional career, which has been 15 years. But, you know, what I will say is that I'm pretty sure this is something that's running rampant and it needs to stop, you know, because lives are affected. Your life is affected. You have a family, you know, something like this could ruin your career, right? And they're not worried. You know, I honestly think that TMZ did this to get clicks, likes, comments, follows, subscriptions. I mean, it's all monetary. You know, if they're buying news, they need to make the money back for the money that they spent to buy the news, right? So it's for attention, like you said. I mean, the entire world may be talking about this, right? Which is going to make them money. You're not making money from it; they are, and I think it's monetarily based, and it may be some type of, you know, underlying animosity or bias from out of their office. We don't know. That's something we can possibly discover or find out.
I wish that I could talk about more with this case.
I'm gonna pause it here and I want to get into it. This lawyer he's working with is saying, hey, there's transcripts, there's more to the case. So clearly they have more to it than the snippet of what we just saw, where Cory walked up to this woman and mushed her in the face. So they're saying there's more to it. Everybody's saying this was happened a while ago and he was cleared of it, but it apparently is coming back up because now he's acquired a lawyer, so he has to still fight on this case that is old because of, you know, the allegations and what's in it that is resurfacing. So my thing is, you know, we got to see the full tape. I would want to see the full tape. I want to see what actually transpired. Because we know that there are a lot of cases where people can just give you a snippet of something and they could, you know, just put that out there. And that is the, you know, that is looked at as the whole thing. You got to get all of the evidence and you got to evaluate the evidence. That's what the investigation is for. Investigate the evidence and then come to your conclusion of whatever it is. But if that was not the case, there would be way more people locked up for things that they didn't do or for things that just went off of a just snippet or a lie or somebody making something up. You know, if you did something, which people are saying, oh, he did because he mushed this lady in the face. But if there's more to the story, he didn't get arrested for that. They're investigated. They're saying there's more to it. Did she hit him first prior to that? And then, you know, this occurred. We don't know. We have to see if that is the situation. So the same way you see a lot of women just straight up lie on men. Men are, you know, get arrested for things they didn't do off of a lie. And then when the evidence comes out, there's no apology. There's no, you know, there's nothing. You got to pick up the pieces. So this case is no different.
But I will say, I was attacked by Sean Hawley. I was attacked by TMZ. When I saw them two little boys up there trying to lead people on with questions, I was like, look at this. I was attacked. And yo, I believe I can still do my comedy and build myself back up, but it's not gonna be easy, man, because the label of a woman is out there on Cory Holcomb now.
So let me ask y'all this question too. Do you think this is going to, somebody mentioned it's not going to hurt his pockets. Do y'all think it's going to hurt his pockets? And how long do y'all think this is going to be drawn out? Like, is this going to be dragged out for, you know, months and months and months? Or do y'all think this is something that's going to fade and Cory will be fine? I don't know. I personally think he's going to be fine. I don't think this is going to affect him in a massive way. His reputation, like he said, that's something that he's going to rebuild. But I mean, do y'all think Cory had a great reputation amongst women? Because I see a whole bunch of women who don't like Cory Holcomb. Even other comedians don't like him. They're already saying bad things about him. Even before I went on the Cory Holcomb show, I've heard negative things about Cory Holcomb from a bunch of women. I've never really heard too many men say negative things about him, but I've heard a few, but mostly women already didn't like him. But anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here, for stopping by, for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. Listen, shout out to all of y'all for being here, for supporting the channel, y'all. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. And I will see you guys in the next one. Be safe. Take care, y'all. Till next time. Later.
DeeDeesReactions.